Sick. We're on YouTube. And we should be on Twitch. Cool, cool. Hey guys. Hold on. I got a lot of people saying that they miss the coding streams. I promise they'll be back. But otherwise, if I don't have time. Oh my god, why is this so zoomed out? Why is there a scroll bar on my chat? What's happening here? Wah, wah, wah. Oh, I've locked it. Okay, wait, hold on. Oh, I actually don't know if I added audio to all my other scenes. I changed a bunch of scenes around today. I don't even know if they got audio. Comment part 2, yeah. Yeah, you guys give me 2 days in a row. Huge. I feel like I could zoom out the chat a little bit. Okay. Let me try and fix this chat. Width. About 820? 820 is pretty good. And I'd probably change the height to like maybe less than that. Okay, I think that'll work. 2 times in one day? Hello? She either streams not at all or tons. It's the reality. I think you guys can be more little. Is that too little? How do you feel about that? Alright. Yeah, we're just gonna do some like chill YouTube comments. I gotta go through them all, so I might as well just do it on stream. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I still got a bunch of work to do, but I need a break. I need time for problem solving in the background, not in the foreground. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I was just on a call with CM Griffin. We were talking about Devrel, and made a call for some reason. I don't know why I did this. For some reason, I was like, oh, you know what would be so good right now? A high chew. One of these little candies. The ones that make you drool like crazy and that are like, it's like gum. It's like a Hubba Bubba. I'm like, why? In what world was that a good idea? I don't know. We are the break. Yeah, exactly. You guys are the break. This is going to be like probably not that long of a stream, but I figured I felt kind of bad completely ignoring you. I'm not usually that kind of streamer, you know? So I felt like I betrayed you. Also, people were so generous earlier. Hi, have a nice day. Thank you, Oetzi. Thank you for the 15 hours ago, 30 months. Appreciate it. Thank you. Rox, thank you for 33 months. Bash let me back in as a speaker. Wrecked. Did you have braces? I did, yeah. But then I went to a bad dentist and they've like I don't know. I think I need to get like do Invisalign or something now. I have like a built-in retainer, but I think they might have put it in wrong. So my teeth have started shifting. Spyro, thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs earlier. I appreciate that. Huge. Thank you. Tarjin, thank you so much for the prime. Narrow Code, thank you for the prime. Bomb. Oh wait, I misread that. Dom Bale, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Study Time. Appreciate that. And Study Time, thank you for the raid. I'll be seeing you in the morning. Hey guys, what's good? How's it going, Icarus? How's it going, chat? We are the break. Yeah. How'd you guys like the little chat earlier? Love the hair color. Thanks. I just cut off the blonde. I just wanted my hair to be healthy. I miss it long though. I've always had long hair and now it feels weird. Feels, as the kids would say, it feels weird, champ, man. I think this might be actually a little too big. Okay, 830. Make the width like 7. I think that'll be better. Right. How did the study time collab come about? We're good friends. We're good friends. We're always looking for ways to collab. And she's like, you know, it's the perfect time. It's the new year, and both of us are setting some pretty badass goals. So we should do it on stream, do like a proper sit down sesh, like going through all our goals and stuff. Amazing. Yeah. So I'm excited. It's very fun. She's the best. Hello? Okay, I think you can hear me again. I don't think I need audio output. There's nothing to output. Okay, just one sec. Okay. Now you should be able to hear me again. Yeah, it's that's my bad. I set up new scenes and I forgot to add audio. Classic. She's a she's a scuff streamer. In the EU, it's midnight. I think I'll hit the bed. Good idea. Thank you so much for the gifting a sub to study time earlier, by the way, Dom. Thank you for that. Strategy for achieving them goals. We're going to go over it tomorrow. I haven't leaked anything about my goals. No video? What do you mean? Hello? I'm right here. Can you see me? Okay, wait. I got to go back to that silent screen because I got to fix this chat again. Hold on. Which one is it? This one? Cool. I love live OBS stuff. It's a classic. There's probably a bug in the app. It's very possible. Circadian rhythm is made up. Mine is bad. What? Huh? Hey, new follower. Been loving your stuff you've been doing for the Charm CLI. Definitely need to play with it soon. Good. I'm glad. I need to play with it too. I need to get back into doing some coding, some nice chill coding hangouts. That's what we're missing over here. It'll be nice. Okay. Any advice on how I find my natural circadian rhythm, though? I'm living a pretty unstructured life. Okay, step 1. Go to bed at a consistent, or I'd say wake up. Wake up at a consistent time. Step 2, RTFM. No, just kidding. I thought it was so funny earlier. I was like, so TJ, how do you when you're blocked, how do you unblock yourself? He's like, it's really important. I think more people should just RTFM. Read the fucking manual. So funny. I thought it was hilarious. He's like, yeah, you should just read the docs. I actually read the docs and read source code. It was so good. Does anyone read the stream descriptions? They're very interesting. I know, Tom Nook. I started putting copy pastas in there. I thought it'd be fun. Bring some of that Twitch culture onto YouTube. YouTube chat is the best. Uh-oh. 2 bash streams? I ignored everyone earlier, so I felt kind of bad. I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Do you use Linux? If so, what distro? I use Pop! OS because I have an NVIDIA graphics card and I want things to just work. So far, so good. Mission accomplished. He said he wants to do the full stream reading the full Neovim docs. Dude, man's going to be unemployed So I think he's going to have a lot of time to do whatever he wants and live his dreams of reading the full docs of everything on stream. Dude, if it's like open source, not proprietary content, I would genuinely listen to an ebook by TJ where he's reading the NeoVim docs. I would listen to that. If he goes through and actually just reads docs from start to end, I would listen to that as an ebook, like as an audiobook. 100%. Too many people expect to be spoon. Dude, I again can't read today. Why do I keep choosing these reading centric streams? Too many people expect to be spoon fed stuff and won't research/read. I think it's that. I think it's also like, I think the field itself is pretty intimidating. Like, I think that if people felt it was more approachable to just like, oh yeah, just read source code and understand what's going on, then YouTube tutorials wouldn't be so popular. And especially like, I think we're seeing a lot of like the generation come into the workforce of people that came, like they got into the field and progressed in the field through these tutorials. That's very handheld. Docs are interesting. I feel like docs can be out of date. I would rather read the source code, but I'd much rather I want there to be like tiers to it. Like, first things first, I just want to see the API. I just want to see like what public methods are available that I can use. Next step, if I don't understand how to use it, I want to see tests, and then I'll read the tests. Like if they didn't provide any examples with just the API and like usage for this one specific thing, then I want to see tests that use that thing. Make it a lot easier. Yeah, it sounds kind of daunting, right? I don't think it's the most welcoming thing. Any ideas on how we can make reading the doc slash source less intimidating for people who feel that way? I do think that this is a pretty good use for AI. I'm not going to lie. At least as an entry point. You know what I mean? So like I used Mods recently, which is like the Charm. It's like the Charm AI app that lets you use AI in like scripts and stuff like that. So it's like a command line AI assistant, whatever. It's like it'll use a language model. So like I was using, I think, GPT-4 or something like that. But I just had it summarize like a man page on a specific topic just to see how it would explain. I feel like if you looked at that and then after you read that, went into the docs, I feel like it makes it more approachable once you've gotten like a high level overview, and then you can go into details. So I think what the problem is I think when people feel overwhelmed looking at source code or looking at docs, it's because there's no middle ground. There's no like high level overview of like what does what on like just a general basis. It's either you don't know what's happening, or here's how this function works. And like there's very little in between. You know what I mean? So I think that like in between needs to exist more. Yeah. Which usually would be decent docs and examples. Yeah. Because I think when you're trying to get this in your head, like how this thing works and how this thing ties together, when you're going and you're at like such a low level where you're reading source code, like it takes a lot more effort to try and understand the patterns there. No, but that's why you would skim. That's why you'd be skimming. That's why you'd be skimming the docs or the source code, is because it's like there's too much in there. There's too much in there. Fluff. If I have to read your code, your docs suck. Kind of, but at the same time, I feel like code should be documentation. Is that a hot take? I feel like your source code could be documentation, because docs get out of date. Like I'd rather just keep the code working and good and have something that like auto-generates docs given like code comments and like your public API. Like I think GoDoc is great. Code is not docs. Code should be clear enough to use if the docs suck. But even like GoDoc, if I'm looking on like package.go.dev, okay, if I'm looking on that and I look up one of the libraries, most of the time that's all I need for a Go library. Most of the time. But that's what I'm saying. But it's like, it is docs, but it's just code comments that get turned into something that's more accessible, I guess. But it's like, it's docs that you're creating while you're coding. It's not like this external document that's maintained separately from the code. You know? There is some bad GoDoc for sure. But at least it's not two sources of truth that are being managed. Like if you have to have simple explanations, simple API. Yeah, you do. I'd say so. Yeah, totally. Totally. Because I think it's worse. Having outdated docs is worse than having no docs, I think. Like if it's outdated enough that like the usage has changed, or like there's some major change where now it's wrong, that's worse. That's way more confusing. I don't know what AZ104 is. I don't know what that is. Code should be docs 100%. Help my function explain everything. I think, but like, I also think that tests are really helpful for understanding how things work. Like, I think that in school, we were taught that whenever we write like a method or function, right? Like whatever, whenever we write a function, we have to have like the code comments to describe what the function does, example parameters. Like this was in Python, right? So like you give the example parameters, you give the description, like a one-liner of what the function does, and then you give an example of usage of like what you could pass and what you'd expect out. And I think that should be, I mean, it's not that hard. It's not that hard to add. So I don't know why more people wouldn't do it. And then having a test is one of the easiest ways to provide an example of usage. So, yeah. Is your administrator exam? Ooh, yeah, I have no idea. I don't have any tips. I'm sorry. Naps are good. I have a good video actually on like, I don't know if it was necessarily study tips, but like things that help me in uni. Twitch API docs are a great example of bad docs. I should check those out. Actually, that would be a fun stream. That'd be a fun stream to do, like reviewing docs. Rating and reviewing the docs across different companies. What makes sense and what doesn't. Zig has terrible docs. You guys, that was probably the most painful thing about learning Zig is I'm like, I don't know where to look. I tried doing Zigling because I looked at, I've been trying to not have any outside influence, but I was curious what Prime did to learn Zig. So I looked at like a few minutes of his video and saw that he was doing Zigling. So then I stopped it and went and tried out Zigling and I couldn't get it working, which is that a skill issue? Like, I don't know. I just couldn't. Have you gone to university? Yeah, I have a video on that, but I partially completed a bachelor's degree in computer science. And then I left because I felt I had a really bad experience with the university and they refused to acknowledge that they were wrong. And I was like, you know what? This is a money grab. I'm going to go teach myself. And at the time too, I was getting like, I was kind of at the point where like I had enough work experience to already, where it's like bachelor's degree or equivalent experience. Like I had enough work experience in the tech industry that I was getting a lot of opportunities. And I don't know. I just was like, I can learn this stuff myself. So I just did. It's funny, Lithium, that you say that, because sometimes I'm like, should I just finish it? Like I did put 2 years in it and I've only got a limited amount of time that I could go back and finish it. Like it's one thing, like, of course I can get a lot of opportunity through the fact that I have some kind of like public front, right? Like I have my Twitch and I have my YouTube. So like there's a certain amount of discoverability for potential employers to like seek me out and for me to showcase my skill set. So that can bring a lot of opportunity. However, so many normies would not, like, it's not the same at like a lot of different jobs. They'd still be like, I don't know, it's not the same like guarantee as having a degree, because a lot of places like they'll just filter you out if you don't have a degree. But if I have equivalent experience, then I think then like it's fine. Plus I'm not looking to, like, I'm not interested in getting a work visa. Like I wouldn't want to move from Canada, so I don't think I really need that. Yeah, I feel the same way, Lithium. I feel the same way. Yeah. Oh, doggos. I don't know if you guys can hear them, but elixir docs are nice. Okay, actually, I'm gonna take note of this for a sec. Actually, I'll do my phone. I'm gonna take note of this because I actually think that would be really insightful and something that I would love to have your perspective on. Reacting to coding docs. So like, let's see, react with stream. And that would be, oh, you know who else had really good docs? PHP. PHP docs were really good because there's like a forum. There's like a chat forum on every single page of docs. So people can be like, here's how I use this function, or like, here's an issue that I ran into, and like people post their solutions and they're like 10 years old, but it still applies. So good. We were looking at, okay, Twitch API, bad, apparently. Elixir docs, PHP docs. I also think that'd be really helpful because docs are hard, right? It's such a human component of like building software, right? It's like what makes sense to other humans, and it's really hard to, I think, write good docs when you're the one who built it because it's like so obvious to you since you are the one who came up with like the solution. You said Elixir docs, PHP docs. Parman's like an S tier learner though. That's because he's not afraid to fail, I think. And also he's got a lot of experience. But like he just jumps into stuff. It's really good. It's really good. Oh, WCRB. I feel like after 10 years in the field, like really, I don't know. Do people ask you about it? Do people ever say, do you have a degree? Like when you're looking to get a new job? Finish it. I wasted my JBL on a bunch of tech schools and a boot camp. If I could go back, I would have just done a CS degree. Yeah, well, that's the thing too, is I'm like, now I have the finances to be able to go to school and not have it be this like really stressful thing. And I would love to learn more. Like I love learning about tech, and the more I love and enjoy tech, the more I want to learn about it. And sometimes it is nice to just kind of show up and get told. I like that perspective, Beagle. Beagle said, I like doing my degree. I don't see it as I'm kind of just chatting. I like doing my degree. I don't see it as a burden, more of an initial push to start learning new things. I love that. Oh yeah, WCRB, you're based by recommending the PHP docs. It's the docs, and that the docs know your account and customize it based on what's available to you. Stripe docs, okay. Kotlin docs. Angular docs. I'd be so curious to see like how much can I learn about this thing? How much can I become an expert from reading these docs? That'd be such a fun little journey to follow. Of like, hey, I actually go through and I read these docs with chat. How well can we understand what it's trying to explain by the end of it? Although I don't know if it's that interesting for you guys to like actually sit and listen to me talk about dogs. Is my thing desynced? You can't tell if my audio is a little desynced. I would go back and finish mine, but I moved halfway across the country. Interesting. Okay, well, if there's people like 10 years later still considering a degree, then I don't know. It's literally never been a problem for me. I've only had one company ask about it. It's never been a problem. I feel like tech, go back for engineering instead of comp sci. I would not. I don't know if I would start a new degree, you know? I think I would have to finish my existing program. How do you feel about expanding your knowledge in tech besides from software or engineering? If anything, and this was actually my plan the whole time, was specializing in cybersecurity for my degree. So it would be, but I like software development. So basically, I think for a good chunk of my career, I'm going to do the software. Like I'm going to focus in and like be a software developer. And then maybe at one point I will, I'll basically start to focus a little bit more on indulge my curiosities more on the cybersecurity side and then start like integrating that so that I'm proficient software developer and I know how to write really good, really secure code and like do pen testing and stuff on that code. I think that'd be sick. Do you recommend any books to learn and improve Golang? I just posted a video on YouTube that has a bunch of books in the description. I don't even know if I have oh, there you go. Okay. Cyber is a high bar of entry, but that's what I'm saying is like, I think that I would still be like mainly a developer, but I can do pen testing and I can do these things that like to make sure that the dev team that we're like shipping like secure code. Like pretty interesting. No degree in 26 years in dev and infra. Still consider going back. Interesting. Let's see what YouTube chat. I'm kind of ignoring them. Okay, wait, what does it say? Does she check YouTube comments or not? Okay, well, right now I only have one window to work with. Can you show us a good journey to be a good Golang programmer? I've worked my entire life in Java and recently got an opportunity in my company to work with Golang. Just started working with it, but would like some recommendations for books for different areas. Okay. Such as CLI/web, etc. I feel like if you're looking to advance in Golang and you're looking to understand these niche parts of working with Golang or like multiple different parts of it, I would just get really proficient in the language. Like look at books that explain how to use Go as an engineer, and they have sections on these different things. CLIs are going to be the easiest. Web is its own little thing, right? But it's pretty straightforward in Go. I did just do a video on, I did just do a video on it though. Like if you go on my YouTube, it's like how to learn, and it's something like need to learn Go, here's how, or something like that. You know what, Dino? It's so interesting to me that you just said that because I was just chatting in a little space yesterday that was unintentional. I was configuring my OBS and people just like joined the space. But anyway, Donut and Ty, shout out to them. I'll give a shout out to, oh, that's the wrong person. Uh-oh. Okay. That was the wrong person. For some reason, I can't type. So I was in a conversation with Ty and Donut, and they were saying that they were reading. Was it Ty? Was it those two? I don't know. Basically, I wasn't fully paying attention. They were basically saying they're like, oh yeah, if I have like a 400-page book that I need to get through, I'm getting the paper copy and reading it. I have an iPad that I use specifically for books, so that it's way more engaging to learn from because I can actually annotate the book and not worry about ruining the book. Like I would not annotate a physical book. I don't know why. I think it's like too permanent. Like what if I look back on this and I'm like, these notes are not helping me? These notes are dumb. Or I want to give it to someone. I'm like, these notes don't make sense. Anyway, so I also prefer to have a digital copy, and then it's more searchable. And then I can also like annotate the book and like do little drawings to explain the concepts that are being taught. I recommend anyone looking for programming books keep an eye out for Humble Bundle. Oh, that's nice. That's so wholesome. Humble Bundle. That's so nice. Do you recommend Go to make a REST API product? Yes. Definitely. That's why I'm about to get a Remarkable 2, take my money. Yeah, I got a yeah, my iPad's like not in this room, but I have an iPad, like just literally it doesn't have to be a very high spec iPad. I just have like the cheapest iPad that they got. I have that model, and I got that like paper finish to it. And now it's so nice. I was in bed. I can just like chill in bed, have it split screen, like book and notes, or I'll just write directly in the book and explain. I'll just do like a little curvy thing and be like, this whole section, here's a drawing of what it's explaining. I find it so much easier. Most of the time I look at the drawing and I'm like, oh yeah, that's exactly what, like, I remember it. Have you ever used Go to work on high concurrent systems? No. I need to do more coding this year. Last year was a rough year, so I didn't hit my goals. But this year we're crushing. I prefer to read the physical book through once, then refer an annotated digital copy. Interesting. What app do I use for note taking? I think I use ColaNote. I'd have to check. ColaNote and they're both blue. I think ColaNote is one of them, and the other one, what is the other one? I don't know. I'll post it in the remind me to post it in the Discord. Here, I'll where did I put that? Trello board. Here, share iPad reading info. I can probably just do that in like a little short video or something about reading and books. How to get started with open source. I also have a video on that because I get asked about that quite a bit. Here, I guess I could find it if I'm really being helpful. What do you think about game development and security of games? I don't think about it that much. I'm not that interested in game development. Here, let me find the vid for you. Yeah, so there's this one. I've got a couple on like open source contributions. So this is one of them. The other one is contributing to open source. This is more like beginner, I think beginner friendly. I always say things are beginner friendly if I mention everything that you need to know. That doesn't necessarily mean that I go into depth on it. You know, I'll give you homework. I'll be like, here, these are some of the Git things that you should know for collaborating. Like, go look it up. Have you done anything cybersecurity related? Are you planning on doing something this year? I did when I was interning a little bit. Like I did quite a bit with like Nmap and sorry, it's been so long I can't even remember. Wireshark. I was like doing networking scans and like using Python to like convert the data into like reports and stuff. But that was kind of the extent of it. I've always found it interesting, but again, I love building, I love coding, so I wanted to do that first. Because the thing that actually made me turn more towards coding than the cybersecurity side is on the cybersecurity side, so much of it is like doing reports from your like research and stuff, okay? Doing reports and then trying to advocate for why they need to do whatever security practices you're recommending to business people that don't care about security, which is I can only imagine how frustrating that would be. But I could see if you're doing like bug bounties and stuff, that'd be really cool. Do you think Go could be a good language for game development? I've heard good things about it being used for game development. Have you had to dive into algorithms and data structures in daily work? Sometimes. But that's just because my coworkers are so smart. That's because my coworkers are so smart. I'll see certain patterns and I'll be like, hey, I recognize this. Yeah. So the cost of having really smart coworkers is that you have to brush up on your algos and data structures. We got linked lists in the code base. Ruh-roh. Got to reverse the linked list. Is this lens in which you're having your eyes is natural? If it's natural, it's beautiful. Have fun. Okay. Wake up at consistent time. Step 2. I linked a oh, you guys can't see what I'm doing. Hold on. No, I don't have contacts. I don't have contacts. These are my eyes. It's because there's a lot of light in here. So you can actually see my eye color. Oh, nice. How was it? How was his data structures course? I watched some of it and then I like reading. I don't know if I'm that good with lectures, but he is really engaging if I am to watch a lecture. All right. I linked a resource in the description for to learn about your circadian rhythm. That should be more helpful. I just of my own energy levels throughout the day, but I'm pretty I'll say I have a pretty regular sleep schedule. I can never do leak codes. I love learning stuff too much. I know. I get kind of bored. They're fun though. Like it's fun having a little bite-sized challenge every once in a while, but like yeah, I don't know. I don't know if, like, does everyone feel like this? I feel like when I'm coding for fun, I feel like my time is so limited. I'm like, okay, am I doing open source work? Am I studying? Am I reading? Like even if I want to study, am I reading? Am I inputting stuff? Am I outputting? Like what am I focusing on? Maybe I'm overthinking it. Waiting for that Go course? I'm not doing a Go course. I guess I could. Maybe one day. I don't know if I'm that interested. Thing is too, I feel like a bit of an imposter if I do a Go course. You know? I feel like an imposter. I don't know why. I feel like I'd have to be a senior engineer to do a course. To do a course on like coding. You're applying to every comment? Yeah. I'm pretty confident that no one will understand Git the first time they're exposed to it, so you might as well start early. This is why I don't reply to I don't respond to the comments until I have time to actually sit down and read all of them and respond. This is it. This is because I'm like, they took the time to watch my video and comment on it. Like, that's so nice. The least I can do is read their 2 sentences and respond. Also, I think maybe it's because I'm a streamer and I'm used to, literally I'm streaming twice today because I didn't acknowledge you enough earlier for my liking. Huh? You'd be better than 95% of courses if you deep dive into complex, not here as a function. I mean, I kind of teach Go things. I kind of teach Go things on the charm YouTube, but it's so charm specific. So maybe that's like, yeah, I could. It's just so much work, but it would pay off. Like long term, it'd be pretty good. It would make like content stuff more sustainable. Like I just do the content stuff for fun. I make nothing. I make nothing. The only way I would make any money from content stuff is like sponsorships. Oh, did it drop? Okay, maybe that was restream. I don't know. It says I'm still good. Rip. Okay, we're back. Hello? Is everyone here? We lost you on Twitch. Oh, but it was fine on YouTube? Classic YouTube W. Do you plan on learning / trying other languages besides Go? If yes, which ones? I really want to learn Haskell. It's been over a year. I've tried 4 times. The problem is that my time is so limited that like it's driving me nuts that I can't be consistent with it. So I don't know, maybe that means that I have to like schedule streams to just work on that one thing. I just have to find a way that I can keep consistent with them. I'd love to get better with Haskell, and I'd love to learn Zeg. Those would both be cool. They're both really tough though. Yeah, they're both pretty tough, so I'm not sure. Ooh, I would love a T-Max / NeoVim setup video refresh. I know, I need to do one of those. Yeah. I think my setup on my stream PC is actually super out of date right now anyway, so it's probably a good time to do it. But yeah. Refresh? ? Oh, you're right. Dude, my stream... Dude, that's a Twitch problem. YouTube's been live this whole time. Twitch literally just killed it and then restarted. Yeah, refresh everyone. That's crazy. Assembly? I'm not learning assembly. Yeah, Haskell and Zeg would be cool. I'd also love to try Elm. Elm would be sick. If I was kind of thinking I want to add like the ability to have like blog posts and stuff like that on my own website. And I want to do it in Haskell. Or Elm. But that means like I don't know how. Which is fine. But like that just requires a lot of time to figure it out. I have the spinning wheel of death after several refreshes. Interesting. Oh, maybe my bitrate's too high. It's interesting. The bitrate on Twitch is not matching the bitrate on my OBS. Interesting. Do you want to host your own local server or like a VM in a cloud? It would definitely be cloud hosted. I don't trust myself to like self-host things. Like self-host public facing things. I'd be fine to self-host for myself to access, but not like other people. Twitch is acting a little funky. Okay, I'm pretty confident. I don't feel like you need to understand Git a ton before it can be valuable. At least then new devs can feel confident making changes to their code and they can always get guidance on how to like fix issues with Git. You can always get guidance on how to fix issues with Git instead of having to get help after any action, after any change that breaks their code. Can you show your necklace? I don't have one on. There, confident that no one will understand Git the first time they're exposed to it, so you might as well start early. Just don't pretend like it's easy and that Git can't completely mess up your code. I don't feel like you need to understand Git a ton before it can be valuable, at least new devs. At least then new devs can feel confident making changes to their code, and they can always get guidance on how to fix issues with Git instead of having to get help after any change breaks their code. It can totally blow up in your face, but still better than no version control. All right, Mo. Okay. I learned Go by reading the spec and standard libdocs. They allow me to know the built-in capabilities of the language with examples. Hey, KJ. Yeah, I think I totally agree with what they're saying. Oh, totally. Just need to know where to look or keywords to search for. It helps a ton when you've seen it before. I wish I had used my college teacher. I'm shocked that people like, I don't know. Am I that like educational? I don't feel very educational. I think maybe that's part of why my videos have been like kind of more soft skill oriented. I feel like not that educational right now. Yes, it could be. Is there's potential? Oh man. I don't even know. Oh man. You have a good attitude towards learning. Thank you. I really love the treat yourself as a child part. I think I've already understood but never executed on it properly. The time has come. I'd love to use Pomodoro timers, but it's hard to do a lot of internal support for my team, since I do a lot of internal support for my team. Awesome. I'm glad you found it helpful. It made such a huge difference for me. And I'm happy to hear it can be of use to others. Maybe Pomodoro would be a better fit for your own self-study time. It is great if you're able to adapt it in a way that makes sense for you. Yeah, literally. My grading would just be like, no. Do better. Have you tried making less mistakes? No. Have you tried making more mistakes so you can learn more? I'd put like trick questions on the people that are finding the course too easy. I'd have to put like trick questions and be like, I just need you to mess up so that you can learn something from this. I learned Neovim almost wholly from you, TBH. Oh, really? That's so nice. You make learning fun? I appreciate that. I prefer that to most of my CS teachers who always seemed like they didn't want. That's so true. That was always really sad when you show up to class and like the teacher just obviously doesn't want to be there. They don't really want to give you feedback. They're like really stuck in their ways. That was the worst. Then again, like all my favorite teachers are the ones that are like really tough on you. Because I'm like, you know what? Like you care. You know? You're only being hard on me because you actually care that I learn these things. That's why that's why you grade tough. I actually used to get really frustrated with my teachers that were like too nice. Cause I'm like, okay, can you actually just give me feedback that's like useful? Don't just say good job and then give me 80%. You know, I used to hate when teachers would do that, like mostly in high school. I don't think I experienced that so much in university. But yeah, the VOD of you and Tej setting up Neovim is the best guide. That's true. I'm looking forward to doing more collabs with TJ. I'm hoping to do more collabs this year with like Prime and Tej and Rox, the trio or the quadruple, the I don't know what that would be called. Bastion exams. What am I reading? This doesn't even go. Yeah, for real. My IT teacher in school was the best one. He motivated me a lot. Sadly, he's gone far too early. Oh, that's sad. That's sad. Ikigai. Does anyone know this book series? Ikigai. I've never touched Java. I had to learn Java. Java's not, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's so verbose. Like you need autocomplete on that thing. Holy. Like it's just, why is everything so long? It wasn't that bad though. It was the first time that I like worked with a language that had like the private and public modifiers, because I'd only done Python before then. And I think, did I do JavaScript? I don't know if I'd done JavaScript by then. Maybe a little bit. But yeah, that's where I was like, oh, okay, I get how software works. I don't know. I actually didn't mind Java, but it's just like, especially given that you can make so much money with it. But these days, I mean, I would probably prefer to learn Scala because it seems like a much more future friendly language. Because you can use Scala to like, I guess if you're maintaining code, you might still have to write the solutions in Java. So I don't know. Light theme or dark theme? Usually dark theme. But it depends. Like, I mean, during the day, if it's bright, it's nice to do, it can be nice to do light theme. But usually I do dark theme. Maybe that's why my eyesight's gotten awful. Or maybe it's because I stare at my screen for like 12 plus hours a day. I will take his legacy and bring joy to others. That's exactly the best approach, I think, when you lose someone that was inspiring to you. It's like carry it forward. It's the best thing you can do. Now I mainly use, I've never heard of Spark. If you want to change your life, the first book you should read is the Ikigai book series. He talks about everything from Pomodoro to everything. The success philosophy of the Japanese could not be, interesting. I've read a book about, what was it called? It was like Clean House and Mind by Zen. It was like a Zen Buddhism. A Monk's Guide to a Clean House and Mind. I swear, I actually read this book. It was really good. I read the book. Which showcases the Zen, I guess the like overlap or the teachings of Zen Buddhism and cleaning. I guess then it would be like, and like keeping a clean space. It changed. Here, it changed how I look at my space and the products I use. I have so much respect for the people who spent their time crafting all of the things I own and try to show respect by taking care of them well, by taking good care of them. There. Self-hosting public stuff is a skill. Yeah, that'd give me anxiety. I don't know if I'd sleep at night. What's your fave language, and do you have a GitHub? I do have a GitHub. It's the same username as my everything, Bash Bunny. My mindfulness comes mostly from Healthy Gamer GG, the recent interview with Pirate. What, like Pirate software? Is that right? That'd be cool if I really want the software people to start getting into like the mainstream stream crowd. It'd be so fun. That'd be so fun to see. It going from like nothing to, oh really? They did one with Pirate software? Okay, I'll have to watch it. Yeah, there's like, I'm always very curious. Like I'm not a very religious person, but I think there's a lot of like foundational things that can be like that you can learn as a child, and like a lot of the foundational teachings are good. Like just in like, you know, treat others how you'd like to be treated, and like I don't know. I feel like when that was one of the first lessons I learned that I can remember, and I've always thought that way. Like treat others how you'd like to be treated. So important. So anyway, I try and like try and understand like different kind of religions and like what their fundamental teachings are. And Zen Buddhism has like some really interesting philosophies, and like it just seems very grounding. And like there's just a lot of respect. That's one thing I miss quite a lot. Like I find in North American culture, for some reason, we're so individualistic that we lose that like communal sense and the respect for others and for communal spaces. And it makes me sad because I'm like, I just don't understand why people make a mess and they're like, oh, not my job to clean it up. It's like, whose job is it? Like it's a shared space. Like why not show respect for like the shared spaces that you have? It's a privilege. It's a privilege to be able to use that and have that. Is Bash better than Fish or ZSH? ZSH is my best shell. Hey Bash, it's all up to you. Bash is harder to configure. Oh, he didn't say hey Bash. Hey. I don't know what's happening here. Bash is harder to configure if you want bling in your terminal. Fish is more batteries included, but most people use ZSH. I use ZSH, but I've been wanting to try Fish for a long time. I've heard great things. Yeah, we're totally consumed by individualism and consumerism, and it's unfortunate because it makes us such a weak society. Is that like bold of me to say? I think that it makes us disconnected from one another, which means that we're really easy to like be influenced in not great ways. You know? Yeah. Most programmers on Twitch I found boring. That's interesting. I'll say Pirate is how I found most of you when I went from Pirate to Prime to you. It's crazy. Maybe he doesn't stream in software and game development. I've never seen Pirate streams. I've only seen them on Twitter. Like, I don't know. I don't know what's happened there. I don't know how I'm under this rock. Let's go. Yeah, this is my Go video that I just did. It's like how I would learn Go. Like how I learned Go and how I would recommend learning Go. He streams at 4. Oh, of course I've never seen his streams. What the heck? That's crazy. Wait, that's so good for him. If he's in EST, that's kind of goated. He wakes up at 4 a.m. every day and just like streams and then goes about his day. Huge. Yeah, I definitely. Yeah. Oof. That is named commodity fetish. Wait, what are you talking about? He has around 7 to 9K viewers. Yeah, I don't know how I've never encountered Pirate. What is that? Damon, Radev, what do you mean? He's definitely biggest in software. That's crazy. The only one that I know is that's big in software is like Prime. He's the biggest streamer I know in software. He broke the Twitch record. No, there's no way he broke the Twitch record for number of subs in a stream. I think that was Ludwig, and then it was who did it? It was him, and then I think someone else broke the record during like a subathon. Oh, he broke it recently? That's awesome. That's huge. I keep getting his YouTube shorts. It's about how to get more views on your YouTube shorts. That's so good. Do you want to be nominated for the Streamer Awards? Maybe next year. Maybe next year. I don't think this year. I went last year, like in person to the Streamer Awards. It was really fun, but like I don't want to travel this year. Like if I'm going to TwitchCon again this year, I'm already traveling a lot. I don't want to. Okay, Theodore has a lot to say. Are we ready? Pirate is huge. Oh, that's so exciting. Dude, I love to hear it. Oh, commodity fetishism is like the psychopathology of consumerism. Oh, interesting. Huh. Oh, he didn't win most of the month. Single stream / hype train. He hit the max. That's crazy. That's huge. Congrats. That's cool. That's cool. Looks like I've got more friends to make. Love it. I always like finding new creators in tech. Very fun. Very sick. Especially people that are just like almost revolutionizing the space, you know? Like they're the ones setting the metas and they're setting like it's so cool. Being trailblazers. So good. I have you in Rising Stars? Wait, what? That should be study time. I actually yeah, I went last year. It was super fun. I actually went with Theo. Did you guys know that? Theo was the first person that I met in person from stream. Nominees. I don't know how to see who. Oh, you can't see nominees yet. That's cool. Dude, I'm excited for there to be a software category. It'll be so good. True, I love her. I know. Goated. She's so good. Who's still on the rise, averaged under 1,000 viewers last year, has the potential to be at much more. Oh, I see. I had to add you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, let's react to this. Okay, first off, so this is my deep work one. Okay, first off, the video is fantastic. I've tried different tricks with timers and graphs and diary-like things. And while I'm glad you've found something that works for you, there are some points in the video where I've raised an eyebrow. The first point about setting boundaries has me a little confused, so I don't know how to interpret it. I'm still in university. I'm trying to discover better ways to collaborate on a basic level, and I hope it doesn't boil down to isolating more if I got the point. Oh, I think what they're talking about is I was talking about how with deep work, if you're doing deep work, you often have to kind of like put everything else on the back burner, like silence everything else so that you can actually properly focus. I mean, that wouldn't count if you're sitting down and like working collaboratively with someone, like you're not doing deep work. You're doing a different kind of work. So maybe I don't think I gave a definition for what deep work is. So maybe that's what's confusing. But usually if you're working collaboratively with other people, I mean, you be present for that and collaborate with them in that way. So I guess I could reply to that. Okay, response. Okay, first point. I don't think I gave a definition for deep work, which I probably should have. If you're working as a team, by all means, be present with the team. Usually, if you're solely responsible for a problem, It just means turning off your notifications and other distractions to put your full focus on the task at hand. I don't know if I would say, like, I can't remember what Cal Newport said about working collaboratively. Like, it's not, I don't remember if he said that was deep work or not. So I don't know. Yeah. He said it's been mostly YouTube shorts blowing up. Yeah, YouTube's a great platform for getting more, what's it called? Just like getting more visibility and stuff, I think. Your Twitch stream is about 5 seconds behind YouTube stream. That's crazy. I think my delay on YouTube, I've tried to keep it like as low as possible. I'm a new subscriber. Well, welcome in, James. Hello, new subscriber. I'm an old subscriber. Well, hey, oldie. Thanks for being here. Oldie and a goldie. Okay. The part about caring for yourself sounded alien at first, but then I realized I've done that. There was a period about 3 months where I'd care about my future self, as I'd call it when waking up. My future self wakes up in a clean room. The chair and the desk welcome him, and the phone is far away to say goodbye. Isn't it sweet? No, the system worked well into my lack of social skills. My pessimistic worldview put me in trouble, and it piled up. If you figured life out anyway, then sure, you can care for yourself, but otherwise it's impossible. You can't produce care out of your brain. It doesn't come out. I don't know what to say to this. Like, that sounds very subjective. Sorry to hear that. Can I ask, did you go to university? I did partially. I have a partially completed bachelor's. So I did for a while. And then I dropped out during COVID. And then got my dev job. Basically. I'm also a new subscriber. How I started watching was the Neovent plugin video because I wanted to work on plugins and wanted to see how it worked. Oh, awesome. So through my collab with TJ then. It'd be fun to do more collabs. It's always fun doing collabs with him. Sorry to hear that your self-care sorry to hear that self-care is hard for you. I don't know, or I'll just say I can't really give an opinion. Can't really give an opinion other than, or outside of, I guess, my own lived experience. I do hope that gets better for you. I know you're not alone with struggling on this self-care front. Yeah, it was computer science. I was in school for computer science. At a certain point, I got bored. I had a bad experience with my school. I basically had an awful course, like literally worst course in my life. So I can rant about this. Hold on. Just hold on. You want to hear about it? So it was during COVID, right? So everything's remote. So it was only online lectures. And usually for online lectures, like online courses, there's a lecture portion and it's almost like a live stream. Like it's a video call. It's a video call. They do the lecture. They go through the slides. They walk you through that. So you have your normal lecture and then you have the lab period kind of got removed, and you just have to try and solve these problems yourself online and submit them by a certain date and time, right? And if you have any questions, like email your teacher and like have some back and forth. So there was one class that I had that was one of the most expensive classes that I had. It was like a I don't know how the credit numbering is different. I think the hardest courses I think were like 5 credits. This one was like a 4 credit course, something like that. Okay. So it was expensive. It was like, I want to say it was like $900, $800 to $900 for this course. So I show up, and to my surprise, there are no video calls. So I'm like, okay, like that's fine, I guess. Like what now? So the format for this entire course, this like $900 course, she's like, okay, you show up, you read the PowerPoint slides, you complete the work, the worksheet or whatever. There was like you had basically these required readings, and then you had to complete this exercise. And this was it was like a language course. Like it was like a business communications course or something like that. And it was required. It was a required course for the program, right? So then you have this like activity, this like writing thing that you need to submit by the end of every lecture. And it would take the whole lecture time. So it's like, yeah, it was like a 4-hour lecture. And then you had to submit that every time. You got no feedback on it. And then the teacher wasn't even, like, there was no way to contact the teacher. Like, you could email them, and that was the only way to get in touch with them. So you show up, you try and do, actually, I think it was questions and like written like lab assignment or whatever, but you got no feedback on anything. And then the only, like, it was basically just graded for like completion. And then the only things that you would ever get feedback on was the midterm, the final exam, and like one major project, like one major writing assignment. Those were the only things you got feedback on. So you only had like basically 2 times to get feedback, to make sure you're learning the right things. You're not even getting a lecture to emphasize like what needs to get emphasized, what they're going to be grading you on. You're not getting any feedback on anything that you're learning. And then you have like 2 opportunities that are basically like make or break. Like you get feedback, and then you have to hopefully apply it for the next one. And hopefully you did a good job the first time, because you only get 3 like you have 3 major things that are making up your grade. And then at one point, for some reason, during the course, the email system changed. So like not only was it already hard to communicate with the teacher, and we got no feedback on anything, I also had I had a 2-week window where I could not contact the teacher because their email wasn't anywhere. So anyway, that was really stressful. So anyway, it was that. And then I complained because I was like, listen, this was not worth, like, I didn't learn anything from this class. Maybe I can read you the email. I might be able to like read you the email. Cause I'm like, this was like a few years ago at this point, or like 2 years ago. Let me see if I still have, it's be this one. But it was so bad. Let me find it. And I gave them valid feedback for it too. Okay, might be too far. Okay, wait. Oh, there we go. Gotta try and find this. There's like so many random emails. It was just insane. Yeah, so it's an online. Okay, let me read you the like expectations that they set. This is an online course that's 4 hours long, and there's mandatory attendance, and all labs that are associated with each weekly lecture is required. So you have to submit every single lab to pass the course. Submissions of all assignments, discussion, quizzes, and other coursework is all required. It says it goes live. It would go live for this like specific time, and there is no virtual classroom, meaning there was no lecture. Okay, there's a required textbook. It's not an option. Let's see. So it's basically that, and then email. That's like the expectations for what's gonna happen there. What was it? Okay, wait. Let me try and I'm trying to find my like complaint email because it was just crazy the response that I got. Here. Let me find it. Oh, okay. So I basically said, I reached out to the administration and I just said, I would like to lodge an informal complaint about my class. Okay, the class costed $700 and I'm severely disappointed by its delivery. We were promised lectures and lab time, yet we were left to read PowerPoint slides and self-direct our labs for 4 hours a week. I have had barely any feedback from the professor, as her responses to our work has typically been generic responses that she gives to all students. This is a major disappointment. I have continuously had a terrible experience with this same course, and even had to drop one of my courses because I couldn't get in contact with my teacher. Experiences like this make me want to discontinue my learning journey at this university, which is unfortunate because I really enjoy the computer science program that you offer. I feel like this course and its predecessor are money grabs and should either not be required, have teachers provide actual hands-on practice and feedback on labs like they do in the computing courses, or cost significantly less. There's no way that these courses should cost the same or more than my computing courses. I've taken self-guided courses online for $50 that have given me more feedback than I've received in this class. Due to my poor experiences at this university for the past 3 terms, I had previously had to drop this course because I couldn't get in touch with my teacher about I had no feedback going into the midterm. I had no feedback. So like I had submitted an assignment and they hadn't gotten back to me with any feedback or like revisions to my work before going into the second out of 3 major things that we're getting graded on. So I dropped the course because if I dropped it after the midterm, I think I would have gotten like a strike for it on my what's it called? On my like transcript. So I had to drop it before the midterm because I couldn't get in contact with the teacher. And then I say, I'd like to know what the school is planning to do to remedy this situation. This is a poor excuse for education and our learning is not being prioritized in these courses. I'm deeply disappointed. And so the administration forwarded it to the head of the department. Okay. And that being said, I went on Rate My Prof and I looked at this teacher and it's 1 out of 5 stars. Like every single person is providing the same amount of feedback, the same feedback as I am, and I'm trying to give them, okay, wait, one sec. Yeah, so everyone on Rate My Prof had the exact same complaints as me. I had actually taken the initiative to create my own online like Slack group for my classmates so that we could sit and go through the lectures and labs together because there was nothing. They weren't providing us with anything. So this is what the head of the department said. Thank you for reaching out with your perspectives about your courses. The format of this course has generally been popular with students as it covers the material in a way that is structured, but also has flexibility for the students in this program who are in upper level courses while also working and balancing multiple commitments in their lives. Feedback from students have been positive for these reasons. Not true. Every single person that I heard from about this course and about the format of these courses was negative. Also, it's the same time commitment as all of the other courses. You're just not learning anything from it, which is crazy. Okay. So then formats from course to course and discipline to discipline may vary. But the fees are charged based on credit hours. This is common across all areas of the university. I'm not going to the rest is just like no matter whether it's online or in person. So basically she's saying because this is a higher credit course, like because it's supposed to be one of the harder courses, you pay per credit, not for what you're learning. It's great to hear that you like the format and delivery of the computing courses. That perception does not preclude the existence of different styles and formats for different courses. As I noted, feedback I've received for this course have been overall positive. Not true at all. Literally, one search to Rate My Prof says the opposite. Students have the option of completing some other course that has basically the exact same curriculum. Regarding assignment feedback, students respond to instructor feedback differently depending on the individual student. If you feel you're not receiving the feedback you need to succeed in your course, your first step is to enter in a cordial dialogue with your instructor. Hopefully you've done this already with your teacher. Yeah, but I also can't get a hold of my teacher, bro. Like, finally, you mentioned you have previous negative experiences with the English courses. But I do not recall hearing from you in the past. I spoke directly to my teacher and had to drop it before my midterm. The first step is always to begin a constructive conversation with your teacher early on in any course where you feel your needs are not being met. This whole time, I cannot get in touch with my teacher. I note that you still have a month left in this class. If you've not done so already, please reach out to them at this point. It's like we've already done 2 out of 3 of the major assignments. I'm not dropping the class. She's not going to start lecturing because we've got 3 weeks left. That was the head of the department. I don't share what college I went to. So they agreed that it was a money grab. They said, oh, that's nice that you actually gave us feedback, but I don't care. This is how we do it. And then they said, you don't pay for, you're not paying for the quality of the course. You're paying for the credit hours. That's literally what they said to me at the university. So I was like, you know what? I'm learning more outside of school. At this point, for all of my courses, even my computing courses that had excellent teachers, even then, I'm learning more outside of school. Why would I go back to school? Why am I continuing to do that? And that was from the head of the department. So I was like, okay, clearly there's a bias here. Clearly this is her buddy and she's not going to make any changes to this. And yeah. It was really messed up. So I was like, all right, fine. I threatened that I wouldn't come back to the school. And that was your response. So, okay, I won't come back. Isn't that insane? Isn't that insane? This was for like an English, like a required English, like business communications course kind of thing, like an English thing that I'd put off. It was like, yeah, it was awful. It was awful. Yeah. So don't leak things. I think I did a pretty good job of not leaking things. So hopefully I didn't, but we'll see. I managed to complain to the head of, the head of my school. In my case, same issue, PowerPoint, PDF reading, no lessons learned. The teacher got fired after a month. That's good. Yo, see that? If they like, I don't even need her to be fired. I just need them to say, hey, I like either I wasn't aware of the, even lie, say I wasn't aware of the situation and just say, thank you for the feedback. Let me reach out to some other people that attended this program and see what their thoughts were, or like anything. Like, what do you mean? There's no way. Literally every single person that I knew in that class, when it came time to give like a review on the course, to like provide feedback on the course back to the university, everyone was like, I'm rating it, would not recommend, worst experience ever. Like everyone did that. It was crazy. It was crazy. So anyway, yeah, we're lucky that Go exists, because instead I decided to write Go and be a badass and take control of my life. You know, I'm not one to let the institution drag me down. Okay. Instead, she uses Emacs. I've been using NeoVim. I haven't been using Doom Emacs for a while because I haven't been using org mode. I'm back to being a Trello basic gal. But yeah, isn't that wild? Isn't that wild? So that's why I didn't want to finish my degree, mostly out of angst. I was like, well, I threatened that I wouldn't come back, so now I don't want to come back. Okay. I also got a call saying that I gotta go. So I might have to do that. I might have to go. It's been a minute. How long have we been live? An hour and a half? Yeah. I taught at a code school, and a lot of them dropped out of college to go to code school. It's sad because like I still want to learn these foundational computer science things, but I'm just going to teach myself. Unfortunately, I don't know if the credits will transfer. I already had an instance of my credits not transferring between schools, and I had to start from the beginning. It sucked. So I don't know if I'd risk transferring again. Plus, like, honestly, they're all like this. They're all like this. I've gone to 3 universities. One of them was actually a decent experience. The other one, I had to wait 6 months to talk to an advisor. 6 months. That's 2 semesters. It is crazy. So yeah. We should do bash. We'll just, you know what, TJ? We should just do that. How about we will be the institution? If anyone complains about your courses, I'm going to tell them that they pay for the credits, not the content. They pay for your time and presence, actually. Crazy. Let's see. Let's ban you. Someone in YouTube chat said, you're mid, to be honest. Nobody asked, bro. Nobody asked, Nathan. Hello? No compliments or insults. Fucking don't. Just because I'm a woman doesn't mean that you need to comment about my appearance, bro. Go back to coding. Okay? Eyes off the screen. Eyes on the code. Shut up and get better, man. Maybe they were talking about you. I agree, TJ. It could be you. All right. Let us find another stream to raid. I didn't raid anyone earlier, and I realized that after, and I felt bad. So we're gonna raid someone. No, don't autoplay. Okay. Who should we raid? Do you guys have anyone you want to raid? Anyone in particular? I feel like I should raid someone new in the software and game dev thing. But yeah, welcome to my frustrating school life. Like, be honest. Okay, I'd actually be curious. Let's do a poll first. Okay, if you had that experience in school, would you go back? Would you continue at the school? Would you continue if you had job, like you had job prospects already? Yes. No. Would you continue? You all. Oh. Okay. You get 1 minute to vote. Is TJ gonna stream? TJ, are you gonna stream? More context. You already have job prospects. I'm stoic AF. Is that? I guess. Like, it's not really. I don't know if that's really stoicism. He very could look like he was 9. That's okay. That's true. It's a transaction to get a piece of paper, no more. Yeah. I know. Then it's like, what if you're getting opportunities, you don't need the paper? Then what? Do you still do the transaction? I don't know. I did 2 years. Or I did 2 years with like a lesser I did 3 years with like a lesser course load. Like 1 or 2 classes away from full time. So I would have been about 2 years into the degree. Or maybe like a little under 2 years. Okay, some people would have continued. Bold. Instead I quit university and decided, you know what? I'm going to be a software. I've already had this happen. You know what? I'm like, nobody's going to stop me from doing what I want. I'm going to be a software developer. We're going to make it happen. Yeah, my major was computer science. If someone else paid for it, why not? Really? I don't know. No, this was like me spending at the time most of my paycheck on school. As someone who stopped school due to a killer job in the past, I would totally stay in school this time. Interesting. This is it's so interesting hearing the back and forth. If it was all the classes, it seemed, but it's like a systematic problem. You know what I mean? Like, or systemic, sorry, not systematic. Someone else meaning if work paid for. Yeah, true. Yeah, sometimes you can get your work to pay for it, which is huge. Dude, why is YouTube chat so weird? Why do you guys gotta be weird? YouTube chat, I think people have been watching too many of those like pickup artists on YouTube. That's not what we're doing here. Maybe they're confused because there's no code. I think I need to code live on stream more to distract people from being weird. How do you feel about that? But finish my degree during night classes? Yeah. You need mods there? I just let it be crazy. I just ignore them. Wrecked. Guys, who's good? Who do I raid? Maybe should I do low viewer stream? I can see what Twitch is recommending me. Code review bot changes. Sure. Cloudsy. Okay, we're gonna read Cloudsy. Try it out. They're actually coding. They're not an imposter like me. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out. I only got through like a handful of comments, so we'll see. I might just have to do some off stream, but even still, like, I don't know. Eventually, I'll get there. I'll get there eventually. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that little story time, and it's so interesting hearing from everyone. We'll see. Yeah. Back to work, everyone. I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, evening, whatever time it is for you in the world. And I'll see you next time. I'll see you. You can hang out with me on YouTube since I'm not going to be live. I'll have videos over there. All right. Peace out, you guys. Bye. Looks school, make cool shit. I'm loving hearing all the different sides. Oh, I spilled tea on my desk. Okay, bye-bye. I think the raid worked. I always gotta check.